I'm here with my boy, Lee Judges. What can I say about that performance? I mean, we got a draw, but I think, to be fair, we were holding on at the end there, Lee, mate.
Listen, it was a hard watch. Disappointed. Low block again, couldn't break it down. I just thought we was poor all game. One man got us out of that. One man and one only, and that's Declan Rice. I thought he was magnificent, absolutely magnificent. What a performance, what a goal. But not just that, the tackle. Other than that, I think you can look at a lot of other players that were poor today. We're just not.
Could I just pull you up on something there quickly? You said Declan Rice, man of the match. He's the only one. I would argue that David Raya played quite a significant part.
Yeah. David Raya played well. You know what I mean? After giving him a good, I think he can do better for the goal. Yeah. But other than that, I thought he made 3 outstanding saves. He did, yeah. 3 outstanding saves against the worst Man United team I've seen in Premier League history. Yeah. That's that. I've seen worse than Man United teams, by the way. You know what I mean? But that is in Premier League the worst team. And to be honest, we've got away with it, and that's down to poor management, poor selections, and some poor players. I've got to say it. Some of the performances today, some of those players, after what I see on Tuesday night, to then come and put in that sort of performance, I think a few Arsenal players should look at Declan Rice, how outstanding he was on Tuesday, and he backs it up. That's why he's £100 million player, and some of ours are only worth 20, 30 million, because that is what you expect from a top player, and we haven't got that.
Yeah, I thought he was outstanding today. I mean, the goal, sensational goal, and there was that match-saving tackle at the end there as well. And even in between that, the running, the passing, he was superb today. But yeah, I agree. You mentioned the manager. You're not too impressed with the manager, Lee. Tell us why.
Oh well, first and foremost, he doesn't know how to beat a team with low blocks. And one of the things you got to be is a bit brave. We're 1-0 down. All right, we got it back to 1-1, but we're 1-0 down. And what's he do? He brings on like for like. Brought on. He took off Calafiori and Wanyeri. He brought on Martinelli and Lewis Skelly. Why don't you keep
Partey?
No, I'd have kept. Maybe take Partey off and that, but I would have kept Wanyeri on. Kept Wanyeri on. Play him alongside with Martinelli. Try something a little bit different, and like for like. Then the next substitution. Off cut. You know what I mean? He takes Marino. Well, he puts him into midfield. Puts Trossard up front, who's had an absolute mare, right? He brings on our best crosser of the team, right? Who's he crossing to? You know what I mean? Like, he's a left back playing wide left. Manchester United. I'm sorry, questions have got to be asked and said about that today. I've seen too many games like that. That's 7 points dropped in 3 games with teams playing low block against us. And today we've got a goal through some very, very good work from Timber and a sensational finish. But
are you going to give the team and the manager any latitude, given that we haven't got a striker? I know that's been said many times, but it is going to be difficult, really, isn't it? Because we haven't got a recognised striker up front. We haven't got a focal point. So
we haven't got a focal point, but I think we can still create chances and create openings, and we're not really creating too many openings. You've got players at this moment in time. Martin Odegaard, I was his biggest fan on Tuesday. I thought he was sensational. Today, I don't really know what he was doing out there. He wasn't good at all. Trossard,
he was huffing and puffing. But
listen, I'm not good. Listen, I never put that at the door of any of these Arsenal players about effort. Yeah. And they work hard. They committed, and I ain't going to say that but sometimes quality's got to come into it as well. Trossard today, I thought he was brilliant on Tuesday night, and then he's turned in that performance today. This is a bloke, by the way, that was sulking because he didn't get on against Aston. He didn't start against Aston Villa a little while ago. You're starting now. Come in and show us what you can do. Gives away the silly free kick, which costs us the goal. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, not good enough. Not good enough. Marino, it goes back into me. I hope he's buying Declan Rice's dinner on the way home, because I'll tell you what, if it weren't for him, we've lost that game. Giving away the ball cheaply, what was that substitution? Taking off Thomas Partey and putting him back in there. You know, he's done nothing in midfield. You know, he's done okay up front for us. You know, I mean, we need a goal. Sometimes you just got to. It's not pretty, Robbie. Just Laurie, just lump it forward a little bit, like, you know, and get an header on it, like, you know. So all of a sudden, everything just. I think really, my biggest disappointment. I think somebody said it when we went 1-1. We're going on and win this game now. The worst thing about it for me was when it went 1-1, we was hanging on.
Yeah, you're right. Towards the end there, I think United definitely finished stronger and looked more like they were going to win. So yeah, that was disappointing. Do we give the team a little bit of credit that we were 1-0 down and we came back and Declan Rice got that great goal? So you're going to say that we showed a degree of fight to get back into it?
You're being nice. I love you. But you cannot give anything out when you're that Man United team. That is the poorest Man United team I've seen for a very long time. They were poor. And we should be doing better than that. We should be breaking them down, making things happen a little bit more, like, you know. Totally dominating the game of football, but without really looking. I know people go, oh yeah, we've dominated possession and all that. They've allowed that, you know. And you know, I'm sorry, like, you know, I'm not going to give the players any credit for coming back from 1-0 down today, like, you know. I think that is a poor performance, poor result. I think it's, you know, proves to me that PSV is a one-off. You know what I mean? Like, if teams, I don't know, even if Real Madrid might come and do this to us if they get through, like, you know. We're just not good enough. We're not good enough, like, you know. And the manager today has got to, sometimes, you know, I look back at Arsene Wenger back in his day, George Graham back in his day, they change things that make things you think, oh, that was a bit off the cuff, bit different. It's the same. Whether it's the first minute to the last, nothing changes. He's come off there, look like he's had the hump. You know what I mean? Like, he's the one that's doing this. He's the one that's doing it.
Yeah, you're right. Reading into that, I thought he had the look of somebody that knows that the game is up in terms of the league. I mean, we knew anyway.
Yeah.
But today, you know what I mean?
Over his dead body, he says he was giving it up, like, you know what I mean? Like, since he said that, we've got 2 points in 7. Yeah. You know what I mean? We've played, I think it's West Ham, Forest, and Man United in the last 3 games. We've dropped 7 points. I don't know where. You know, forget about Forest. They're a very good side. They're in the top 3. Where are the other 2? 15th, 16th in the league. Yeah. You know, it ain't good enough.
1 goal in 3 games, isn't it?
1 goal in
United
3 games.
Scored.
Yeah.
Forest we didn't score. West Ham we didn't score.
No, like, you know, and at the end of it, you can carry on moaning about it and all that. Like, listen, I'll give the credit. They worked hard. They showed everything. They showed a little bit of this. I would never put that on those Arsenal players. You know, they're but Raya, by the way, outstanding at the end of it, like, you know. But at the end of the day, you've got to be able to break teams down, and it ain't going to be. And it's what I'm seeing is the same old stuff. Dan said it on screen there, like, you know. It ain't great to watch, Laurie. If you really enjoyed it tonight, like, I'll tell you what, you enjoyed the last 5 minutes because it was all like hell broke loose. And basically, it was because Man United were going for it. Man United didn't really go for it all game. When they did, they've opened us up 3 or 4 times. That ain't good. There's so many things wrong about this team at this moment in time. I think if we're to get into top 4, I think we're going to stumble across it. I don't see anything there. You know, maybe we're set up differently in the Champions League. It's a different sort of where teams are good, so they're not going to be sitting back. They're going to come and attack. That gives us a little bit more opportunities. But at the end of it, what I see today just is not good enough from the manager. The team selection was okay to start off. I'm not going to criticise that. But then when the substitutions go, and at the end of the day, you're looking for a goal. And you're bringing on left backs in place of Sterling, you know what I mean? That tells you everything you need to know, Laurie, that we're not in a good place.